Today. I hope you're doing well, and thank you for welcoming me into your home and practicing with me today. We're working into week 4, I believe, of our self-isolation and social distancing. And I know for me, it's kind of hard sometimes to get motivated, and even though we know there's things to do for ourselves that are good for us, it's hard to get us going and to do those things that we know that are good for us. And I think the solution to that sometimes is just setting aside some time to rest and kind of sink into God's goodness and God's love and grace. So we're going to be doing that a little bit today with our practice. And let me know what you think and leave some comments for me below the video. And if you like the class, just subscribe and you'll have an update on when a new class is being offered. And also take a look and see what other classes have already been posted and try those out and let me know what you think about those as well. So in getting started today, I wanted to share with you one of the uh, newsletters that I subscribe to is from Richard Rohr, and another person who is in the newsletter subscription had written in and left a comment, and I just really loved it and wanted to share it with you guys today. As we started our practice, I thought it was a really nice way to kind of set our intention for our practice and the rest of the day. So if you take a moment to sit up really tall, maybe loop those shoulders back and down, draw your skull back, and as you sit up tall, just take a beautiful inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, take a big sigh out the mouth. And just feel your shoulders sinking down away from the ears. Try that again, inhaling through the nose, and a big sigh out the mouth. And maybe do that one more time. And as you continue to breathe, start to exhale through the nose with that same force that you would use with that sigh, except to breathe out the nose. And what that'll do is it'll lengthen out that exhale, and you'll start to feel a warming sensation in the back of your throat. You'll start to hear the breath in your inner ear, and you'll start to have to engage those abdominal core muscles to push that air out of your body and really drive your belly button towards your spine. All right, so let's try that a couple times. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose with the same force as you'd use with a sigh. So you can tune into that breath. It's like a dialing in, right? Remember on those FM, AM radio stations, right, when you had to turn the dial ever so slowly, dialing in and getting the right reception, right? We're doing the same thing to really hear our breath. I don't know about you, but every time I just practice that Ujjayi breath, I'm kind of like Pavlov's dog, right? It kind of switches some gears in me and gets me to become more mindful. And I hope that can do the same for you. All right, so this quote is from C. Thorman. And again, it's from Richard Rohr's newsletter, a daily devotion that he sends out. And this is from one of the community members that also subscribes to the newsletter. It hardly matters what day it is anymore, since the future is so unclear. I sit quietly and I open my heart and my mind for the unexpected. My prayers of the heart are humility through mystery and peace through acceptance. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Maybe just close your eyes and practice that Ujjayi breath. It hardly matters what day it is anymore, since the future is so unclear. I sit quietly and I open my heart and my mind for the unexpected. My prayers of the heart are humility through mystery, peace through acceptance. Okay, so let's utilize that prayer, that sharing from Steve Thorman, and utilize that perhaps today in our practice. If you have something that you're working on personally, utilize that in your practice. I'm just here to offer some suggestions for a yoga practice. You know your body better than I do, right? And I'm not there to supervise and to give suggestions on how to correct or reposition a pose. So listen to your body first, right? Just like a physician, do no harm, right? That's the most important thing. So as we get started, let me turn on some music. And let's practice our breathing here a few more moments. So as we sit up tall, just breathing in, exhaling out. Right? Maybe handing ourselves over. Humility through mystery. Love that part. Humbling ourselves enough to accept the mystery of the future. And as we accept the mysteries of the future, we find peace. All right, friends, so let's open up our eyes. Just take a beautiful inhale, both arms sweep overhead. Exhale, draw the hands down to heart center. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, pull through. Good. One more time. Inhale, arms sweep up. And exhale, pull through. And left hand on the floor of the block. Right arm is going to reach up, frame the ear. Little hinge to the left. Just breathe in here. Open up that right side body. Good. Let that right hand sweep across the sky and give that right shoulder a nice shrug. Right hand to the floor, left arm reaching up. Gentle hinge to the right. Breathing into that left side body. Good. One more. Excellent. Left hand sweeps across the sky and give that left shoulder. Right, bring our hands to our lap, drop our chin towards our chest, and then walk the gaze to the ceiling. Let's do that a couple more times. Good. Come back to center. Turn the head to the right, center to the left, center to the right, center to the left. One more time. And coming back into neutral. Just think of your head sitting on that spring. Let the head bobble. Excellent. We're going to sweep our feet out in front of us and just flex and point those feet, lengthening those legs. Okay, and then wiggle out your toes. All right. So why don't we start on the floor today, recline back. And as we recline back, let's draw those knees in towards the heart center and just circle the knees one direction and circle the knees in the other direction. All right, we're going to lengthen out that left leg, draw your right knee in, and switch. And switch again. Just alternating, feeling that core start to engage, right? If this is too much for your core, feel free just to slide those legs across your mat, right? You don't have to bring the knees all the way in. You can keep the feet resting on the mat, right? We're just going to continue to warm up a little bit here. And then when you're ready, we're going to lift that heart center too. So we're keeping the shoulders drawing back down. We're just going to lift the heart. All right? Feel that core turning on. If you'd like, you can place those fingertips behind your ears, keeping the elbows open. All right, and then draw both knees in, open up the arms nice and wide, release the back of the skull to the floor. Drop the knees to the left. Left hand comes to the outside of that right knee, and turn that right palm open. Just take a beautiful breath here. And exhale it out. Boy, that sun feels so good. I think it's supposed to reach low 60s today with that beautiful sunshine. So I hope you have the opportunity to get outside and get some fresh air. Right, and draw the knees back to center all the way over to the other side. Right hand on the outside left knee, left arm opening up. Beautiful breath. Good. Let's open up both arms, draw those knees back to center, extend those legs, and flex and point. Good. One more breath. And place those feet on the floor, lengthen out those legs. Arms reach overhead for a full body stretch. Right, just breathe into those ribs, let the rib cage flare. Good, another gorgeous breath here. And walk those knees back in. Curl up into a tight ball. Good, let's do that again, right? Now feel free to, once again, keep that heart center lifted, keep the shoulders drawing back and down, and extend those legs. If you'd like to start to alternating, tapping elbow to knee. We're just warming up that core a little bit, getting those muscles going. Right, keep that core, that navel drawing towards the spine. All right, and once again, arms overhead, full body stretch. Flex the feet, point the toes up to the ceiling. Good, one more breath here. Let's walk those knees in. All right, hands come down by your sides, roll to the side, and let's come up into tabletop. All right, so as we come into tabletop, let's just gently sweep our hips from one side to the other. And with our hands underneath our shoulder heads, knees underneath hip points, let's extend that right leg. Just flex and point it, roll out the ankle. Good. Bring that right knee, tap it to the elbow, and extend back. Let's do that again. Tap it to the elbow, extend back. Third one. And let's do one more. Good. And release that right leg. Drop our hips back to our heel. Bow forward into child's pose. Good. Hands underneath shoulder heads. Let's do that on the other side. So, knees hip width distance, right? Loop the shoulders back and down. Extend that left heel. Roll out the ankle. Good.
Tap our left knee to our left elbow and extend back. 2, 3, and 4. Extend back, take a beautiful breath. And release that left knee. Sweep our hips. And once again, drop our hips back to our heels, child's pose. Good. Hands slide underneath the shoulder pads. Walk your hands forward. Walk your knees behind. Modified plank if you're ready for full plank. Come on in. And let's lower down chaturanga. Slide our elbows underneath our shoulder heads. Right? Loop those shoulders back and down. Lift that chin. Beautiful breath in. Keep breathing. Good, and let's release. Slide our hands underneath our shoulder heads. Press it back for child's pose. Breathing into humility to accept the mystery. Quieting our ego long enough to breathe into the mystery of God's goodness. The mystery of God's plan. All right, let's lay those hands back underneath the shoulder heads. Walk your hands forward. Let's tuck our toes, lift our hips. Come into your first downward dog of the day. Feel free to keep your knees bent. Drive your hips behind your heels, right? Open up your hands really wide. Maybe release the head, give it a good shake. Right? When you're ready, lift those hips, lengthening the legs. Take a gorgeous breath here. If you'd like, place a block or something underneath your heels to lift the floor to your heels. Or when you're ready, drop your heels towards the floor. Feel that nice long stretch in the back of your Achilles, the backs of your knees and calves, hopefully in your hamstrings as well. And then also in your lower back. Right, when you shake out that head, you feel your shoulder blades hugging into the spine. You feel the muscles of your arms gripping the bones. Good, another cleansing breath here. Excellent. Let's shift our weight into that right foot. Sweep that left leg tall. Take a beautiful breath. Maybe roll up that left ankle. Good, and step that left foot through. All right, we're going to pivot that right heel down, lift up warrior one. Just take a gorgeous breath. Good, sweep those arms down, framing that left foot, stepping our left foot back behind, three-legged dog. Step that left foot down next to our right. Shift our weight forward so our shoulders are over our wrists. Reach through that crown, lower down. Slide our elbows underneath our shoulder heads. Lift Sphinx. Keep breathing. And send it back, child's pose. Softening, right? Relaxing, surrendering. And surrendering is not giving up, friends. It's just coming into acceptance. Right, so as we breathe in, let's breathe in, accepting humility. Slide our hands underneath our shoulder heads, press it up, walk your hands forward, tuck those toes, lift those hips, downward facing dog. Shift our weight into our left foot, sweep that right leg tall. Beautiful breath. Step your right foot through, pivot left heel down, lift those arms. Warrior one. Arms sweep forward. Good. Pivot your left heel forward, sweep your right leg back. Three-legged dog. Right foot comes down next to left. Shift your weight forward so your shoulders are over your wrists. Reach through that crown. Let's lower down Chaturanga. Let our elbows underneath our shoulder heads. Lift Sphinx. And send it back, Child's Pose. And maybe just surrender for a moment again. Letting go. And slide our hands back underneath, shoulder heights, press it up. Let's add on. Tuck those toes, lift those hips, downward facing dog. Shift our weight to our right foot, sweep our left heel tall. Take a gorgeous breath here. Step the left foot through. Pivot right heel down, lift arms. Warrior one. Good, open up warrior two. Hips are shining to the right. Excellent. Pinwheel those arms forward, pivot your right heel forward. Sweep your left heel behind, three-legged dog. And move through vinyasa. And when you're ready, send it back, Child's Pose. Or if you like, come back to downward facing dog. Pause. And let's do the other side. Walk our hands forward, tuck our toes, downward facing dog. Left foot is our standing leg, right leg sweeps up. Step your right foot through, left heel pivots. Warrior one. Open up warrior two. Pinwheel those arms forward. Tuck that right leg back, sweep it all the way back, three-legged dog. Good, and move through vinyasa flow. All right, sliding those hands back underneath shoulder heads. All right, let's tuck our toes, lift our hips, downward facing dog. Beautiful breath. Let's add on again. Shifting our weight to our right foot, left leg sweeping up. Stepping left foot through, pivoting right heel down, opening warrior one, and then opening warrior two. Right hand to that back right leg, left hand sweeps back. Little peaceful warrior here. Right, and let's loop the shoulders. Right, bring the palms together, bow forward. Oh, doesn't that feel good in those shoulders? Another beautiful breath here. Little humble warrior. Let's press down through those feet. Gently lift those hearts. Bring it back, warrior two. Pinwheel those arms forward. Pivot right foot. Left leg sweeps back. Three-legged dog. Left foot next to right. Move through vinyasa flow. Good, let's release. Send it back, child's pose. And bow, maybe repeating your breath prayer for the day. accepting humility, living in mystery. Let's walk the hands to the left. And walk the hands all the way over to the opposite side. Good. Hands back to center. Slide them up underneath. Walk it forward. Tuck those toes. Lift those hips. Downward facing dog. Right? Open those hands really wide. Beautiful breath. Good. All right, left foot's going to be our standing foot. Right leg sweeps tall. And step your right foot through. Pivot left heel down. Warrior one. Warrior two. Left leg, left hand to the back, left leg. Right arm sweeps across the sky. Peaceful warrior. Right, and bring it back to warrior two. Swing that right hand back. Loop the shoulders. Interlace those palms if you like, or hook the thumbs. Right? And bow forward. Dropping that heart center. Drawing back your right hip. And pressing your fists towards the ceiling. Keep pressing down through your feet. Good. Press down through those feet. Lift up. Release warrior two. Pinwheel the arms forward. Pivot right toe. Slide that right leg back. And move through your vinyasa flow. Let's walk the hands to the right. Maybe this time that left hand stacks on top of the right hand, and you bow your head. Let's come on over to the other side. All right, hands back to center. Slide those hands underneath shoulder heads. Press it up. Walk them forward. Tuck toes. Lift hips. Let's add on. Shifting our weight to our right foot. Left leg sweeps up. Left foot steps through. Pivot right heel down. Warrior one. Open up warrior two. Left hand swims back. Loop the shoulders. Bow forward. As we humble ourselves, we're going to release into peaceful warrior. Right hand to the back right leg, left hand sweeping over. Back to warrior two. Good, pinwheel those arms forward. Frame that front left foot. Pivot your right toe forward. And then kick up to 3-point balance. And keep breathing. Calming everything back down. Send your right foot to the back of the mat. Lift up warrior one. Hands melt back down to the floor. Pivot right toe forward. Sweep that left leg back, three-legged dog. Good, and move through your vinyasa flow. Shoulders back over wrists. Lower down chaturanga. Slide those elbows underneath. And child's pose or downward facing dog. Just a little rest here. Keep breathing. Surrendering a little bit more of yourself. Hands underneath shoulder head. Let's do the other side. Walking those hands forward, tucking toes, downward facing dog. Right foot standing front, left leg sweeps up. I think I did the wrong foot, didn't I? Left foot back down, right leg sweeps up. Beautiful breath. Try to lengthen those legs, press through the heels, stamp your right heel to the ceiling or the back wall. Let's walk that right foot through, pivot left heel down, lift up warrior one, open up warrior two, swim that right hand back, loop the shoulders, square our shoulders to that front edge of our mat. Slowly lower down, bowing forward, right? Pressing those palms up overhead. Little humble warrior here as you drive your right hip crease back. Humbling ourselves can be tough. This is a tough pose. Right? Let's release, peaceful warrior. Left hand to the back, left leg, right arm sweeping over. Back to warrior two. Right? Arms pinwheel down to the floor. We pivot that left foot forward. Kick up that left leg. 3-point balance. Pausing here to breathe. Shaking out that head. Lifting that left leg. Squaring our hips and shoulders to the top edge of our mat. We're going to step that left foot to the back of the mat again. Right? Warrior two. Warrior one. And sweeping that right leg back, three-legged dog. And let's move through vinyasa flow. And just keep breathing. Maybe those arms rest down by your sides. You let the shoulder heads roll forward. We're going to move through that sequence again, adding on. All right, hands underneath shoulder heads. Let's press it up. Hopefully you're starting to feel a little tired. Right, we're going to walk those hands forward, tuck those toes. Right, left foot's going to be standing foot. Or excuse me, right foot's going to be standing foot. Left leg is going to sweep up. Beautiful breath. So right foot standing foot, left foot sweeps up. And step your left foot through. Warrior one, warrior two. Swim that right arm all the way up and back. Loop those shoulders. Square our shoulders, our hips to the front edge of our mat. Bow forward. Humble warrior. Hopefully you can find some more space in those shoulders, looping them back and down so the palms can press up. Releasing, peaceful warrior here. Right hand to the back, right leg. Left hand sweeps those clouds out of the sky. Let's lengthen that left leg. Give it a little love. Rebend that left knee. Good. Pinwheel those arms forward. Pivot your right toe. Press into that left foot. Kick that right leg tall. Standing balance. Feel free to wrap those hands around a calf, or maybe just one hand, maybe two. Good. Now this right foot's going to come behind the left leg. So it's going to come to the outside edge of your left side of your mat. Right? And you should feel it here on that left hip. We're going to press that right heel down. Press down through your great left toe. Drive back your left hip crease. Now we're going to soften those knees down. Right? So that left knee is crossed over front. Right arm is going to wrap around. Left arm is going to pull back. And we're just going to do a gentle twist here. Good. Let's release. Draw your knees up, right? Feel free to sit in this V posture, right? Or what we like to refer to as boat. Feel free to keep those knees bent. Maybe the arms out, palms up, shoulder blades draw back and down. You feel your core working right here, right? If you like, extend those legs. Maybe lean back a little. Lift that heart. Hopefully you feel the inner spiral of the thighs. Good, draw those knees up. Use your hands if you like, right? You may want to rock a little bit. We're going to come into a forward fold at the top of our mat, right? So you're going to press into those heels. Hands are going to press behind you. Flip into that yogi squat, reach forward. Hands come down to the floor, lift those hips. Shake out that head. Now, feel free to have those blocks handy, obviously, to lift the floor to you. Inhale, rise halfway up. Reach through that crown, take a gorgeous breath. Come back into a deeper forward fold. Hands to the floor, float your feet back, or step it back, and move through your vinyasa flow. Let's meet back in child's pose or downward facing dog, your choice. Hands underneath shoulder heads, press around up. Walk your hands forward, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. This time, it's your right foot that's going to sweep up. Your left leg is going to stay your standing leg. Beautiful breath. Left foot, standing foot, right foot sweeps. Press through those heels. Good. Step your right foot through. Pivot left heel down. Lift those arms, warrior one. Warrior two. Right arm, we swim those arms back, squaring our shoulders and our hips back to the front edge of your mat, just like warrior one. We're going to bow forward. You may have found a little bit more space. Keep pressing through those feet. Release, peaceful warrior. Right, left hand to the back, left leg. Right arm slims back. Let's give a little love to that right leg and lengthen that right leg. Rebend it. Right, back to warrior two. Good, wheel those arms forward. Pivot left toe. Right, press into that right leg. Kick that left leg up. 3-point balance. Moving into your standing balance. Maybe it's one hand wrapping around the leg. Maybe it's two. The wobble's good for us, friends. We're going to take that left foot, step it behind your right leg, to the outside edge of your right mat. Right? Step your left heel down, pressing down through your great right toe. Drive that right hip crease back. Get that big stretch in the outside of that right leg. Let's soften those knees, melting our hips down to the floor. Right, with that right leg over the left. Left arm is going to wrap around that right arm, right leg. Right hand to the base of the spine. Gentle twist to the right. Right, and hopefully you feel that nice big stretch into that right piriformis. We're driving that right hip backwards. Good, let's release. Bring our hips to the floor. Right, knees come in. Maybe this is your boat pose. Right? Maybe balance on those sit bones. Maybe hug those knees into your heart. If you like, extend those legs. Maybe hand support, looping the shoulders back and down. Maybe you can lean back into the posture. Maybe even bring your arms overhead. Good, bring those knees back in. Right? Press down through the heels. Maybe you want to rock, so maybe you come all the way back down and rock, massaging that spine. Then maybe you lift up right into that forward fold, shaking out your head. Maybe you wrap your arms around your legs and you hug your heart center close into your knees. Pressing down through your heels, you lift your hips. Good. Now hands to the floor of the blocks. Maybe you bend your knees so your hands can reach the floor. We're going to float or walk your feet back. Let's move through our vinyasa flow. All right, last one of the day. Back to child's pose here, downward facing dog. Good, and let's melt those knees. All right, feet fluke out to the side, bring your hips to the mat, and on down to the floor. Whew. As you draw those knees in, hands come to the outside of the feet or the ankles. The elbows are inside the knees. As we lift the heels on top of the knees, stacking them, we press the tail down. If you like, you can extend those legs. Keep pressing that tail down to the floor. A beautiful breath. Feel free to stay in happy baby, keeping the knees bent. Maybe doing one leg at a time, alternating the extended leg. Maybe using a strap here instead. While the legs are warm, we're just getting a little deeper into those stretches. Good, and we're going to extend the heels up to the heavens, right? Waterfall legs. Now we're going to take that right leg, we're going to cross it over the left so that the knees are stacked. So the right knee stacked on top of the left. We're going to bend the knees, right? The feet are going to fluke out to the side, right? Your hands can either grab the shins, maybe grab the knees, drawing them in towards your heart center, or maybe you want to grab the outside edges of your feet, right? We're just trying to relax the shoulders here, keep them down and away from the ears. Right, we're going to, as we stack those knees, hopefully you can feel the stretch here in this right hip, right piriformis, right? So the knees are stacked, the feet are fluked, and we're going to draw those knees closer in towards the heart center. Feel free to interlace around those knees. A little extra weight here, drawing the knees towards the heart. Great, and let's release, extend those legs back up to the ceiling, flex and point. And this time we're going to do that left leg on top. So left leg crosses on top of the right, the knees bent, right? Now you can just kind of hold at the knees here, the shins, maybe grab the outside edges of the feet. We really want to have those knees stacked, right? So feel free anywhere in that position. So the more that the knees are kind of pointed up, the less intense. The more you draw your knees towards your heart center, you're going to feel that deepening grow into the left piriformis. Good, we're going to release those feet, extend them back up to the ceiling, flex and point. Back to our waterfall. And bring the pads of the feet together, open the knees wide. Let those knees open up and let those inner thighs start to stretch. All right, just a big sigh out. Then we're going to come back into that nice, big, full body stretch. Legs extended, heels flexed, arms overhead. Hopefully you feel that rib cage flare, your lower back lifts and arcs. Nice relaxed jaw. Good. And let's release those arms down by our sides. Walk your feet in. Right, maybe reopen those knees if that feels good. Rotate the palms open. You're coming into your favorite Shavasana pose. Right, so you're just finding what works for you. Feel free to use that bolster blocks. Right, maybe use a strap to hold the position into that reclined butterfly. Right, so whatever it is that feels good for you, just breathe that in and allow your body to settle and to rest. So I wanted to read some excerpts from the Center for Action and Contemplation today. Again, Richard Rohr's newsletter. As you can see, it's a favorite of mine. And I just wanted to share it with you because I just thought the words were so beautiful and meaningful. So as you settle in, just find your breath again. Let your belly fully expand and a big sigh out. Maybe think about the air that you're drawing into your body, having that color or light associated with it, so that as you breathe that light, that color into your body, your mind's eye can trace it as it moves through the body. My favorite is to think of that light as God's love. And I have to mindfully accept His love, to breathe it in, to remind myself that I'm worthy of the love, that I'm worthy of receiving. And as you breathe that light in, let it soothe you, let it comfort you, let it ease your mind and your body. For His yoke is light, His burden is easy. It is God within us that loves God, so seek joy in God and peace within. Seek to rest in the good, the true, and the beautiful. It is the only resting place that also allows us to bear the darkness. Hard and soft, difficult and easy, pain and ecstasy do not eliminate one another, but actually allow each other. They bow back and forth like dancers, although it is harder to bow to pain and to failure. If you look deeply inside every success, there are already seeds and signs of limits. If you look inside every failure, there are also seeds and signs of opportunity. If our soul is at rest in the comforting sweetness and softness of God, we can bear the hardness of life and see through failure. That's why people in love, often people at the end of life, have such an excess of energy for others. If our truth does not set us free, it is not truth at all. If God cannot be rested in, God must not be much of a God. If God is not joy, then what has created the sunrise and sunset? This is his prayer for our community.
O great love, thank you for living and loving in us and through us. May all that we do flow from our deep connection with you and all beings. Help us become a community that vulnerability shares each other's burdens and the weight of glory. Listen to our heart's longing for the healing of our world. Knowing you are hearing us better than we are speaking, we offer these prayers in the holy name of God. Friends, add your own intentions here. What is being spoken to your heart? What is being spoken into your mind? Sometimes we pick up cues from our bodies. Sometimes we pick up cues from the heart. And when we still, sometimes we pick up cues from our mind. Friends, feel free to stay here as long as it comforts you. Maybe pause the video. If you're ready, wiggle the fingers and your toes. Round out your wrists and your ankles. Draw your knees in. Gently rock side to side. When you're feeling satisfied here, roll to your side. Maybe rest your head in your arms. Set your intention for the rest of the day. Using your hands and arms to support yourself, return to simple seated posture. Anchor through those sit bones so you can sit up tall. Feel your shoulders stuck on top of the hips. Your skull draw back and the back of your neck grow long. Just give yourself a few breaths here, getting reacquainted with sitting tall, sitting strong. With our bodies filled with light and God's goodness, let's sweep those arms overhead, offer up our thanks, draw the palms together, hands to heart center. Friends, I thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. The light in me honors and bows to the light in you. May your day be filled with peace and God's love. Namaste.